loves, it's Sam. So today we are going to be testing out a new beauty brand. To me, I've only heard about them just recently because of my FabFitFun box, and they reached out to me after I did that box unboxing and asked me if I wanted to try any of their other products. So I was able to pick the items on the website. So today I'm just going to be sharing them with you. I have worn them for one full day yesterday, and then I did the same makeup look today. And I was really impressed, guys. So I've already kind of done like a full day's wear of these products, so I kind of know how they are. So this is kind of like an unboxing first impression slash like I've already worn it, so I kind of know how they last throughout the day. But we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. They have offered me a coupon code. It is SAM20. That will save you 20% off all of the items on their website. So that was really generous of them. So huge thanks to Ish. So the brand is called Ish, and if you haven't heard of them before, it stands for I'm Smoking Hot. At first I didn't even like put two and two together because I saw the hashtag in the box. It said I'm Smoking Hot, and then I saw Ish and I was like, oh, I wonder what I'm Smoking Hot's for. And then I was like, oh duh, that's what it's for. So this is what the actual packaging looks like. I've already got grease on it, sorry, because I used it yesterday. It's just nice and sleek. It's black with that gold. And I think it is cute that it's I'm Smoking Hot. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start off with the eyeshadow palette first. So the boxes are just kind of simple as well. Like this one is just plain white with black writing, and then this one for the eyeshadow palette is black with gold. This is the actual eyeshadow palette, and I am wearing this today, and you will see me applying some of these shadows on my lids so that you guys can see exactly how they blend out, their pigmentation. I was actually really impressed. I thought that they did a beautiful job of blending, that they are really pigmented. And on the back here, it does say that hashtag I'm Smoking Hot, which I think they all say that, do they? Yeah, they do. So that is kind of like their hashtag for their brand. This is the Smoky Shadow palette. It does come with a good sized mirror for the size of the palette. It is quite big. It's very sleek. It's very like compact. It's good for traveling. And then it has 6 good sized shades of shadows. So now you guys know this is not my normal kind of color palette. I normally go for like warm reds and coppers. However, I wore this yesterday and I'm also wearing it today, and I really loved how my makeup looked. I thought it looked really pretty. I mean, they're completely opposite colors than what I usually wear, but I wanted to try something different, and I'm really happy with this. Now, I've only used these 3 colors right here in the palette, but from the colors that I have used on my eyes, they were so pigmented, really nice. They blend out really beautifully. So we're just gonna go ahead and swatch the other ones. So this one right here is called Spiritual, and that one is just like a really nice, it's like a, I suppose it's just like a nice tan shade. Then we have Serious, which is that one right there. That is like a nice kind of chocolatey brown. And I'm really dry right now. I feel like maybe I should spray my hand a little bit because my skin is like a desert. It's just terrible. Okay, next we have Severe, which is like a really nice matte black, and all the ones on the top are matte. Oh wow, that went on so much better now that my hand is not like a desert. So you can see they are really pigmented when you're actually like not like dying. Then we have the color here, Shady, and that's like a really pretty warm brown with gold sparkles. It's really beautiful, and I put that on my bottom lid today, like underneath here. It is really beautiful. You can see how those little yellow speckles of like gold glitter kind of shine through, but they're not like huge chunky ones. They really do go into the like onto the lid really nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the other ones because that was just, it was not looking good because my hand was so dry. So there you go, now you can see. So look how pigmented these are. They're really nice. I was so impressed with the palette, and the colors, although they are not my normal colors, I mean, that one pretty much is, I was really happy with the way that they turned out. Like, I thought it was a really beautiful look. Look at that one. That's like a metallic gold, and it is super duper pigmented. Really creamy. They're just like a really awesome texture and finish. So that one is just like a nice purple there on the bottom. So really impressed with this palette, guys. And what I also wanted to test out, now you guys know I have a weird eye situation, don't know what's wrong with it, but for some reason recently, the last few months, whenever I wear dry shadows, minus like one palette at the moment, my eye literally streams tears all day long, this one. and it's really frustrating because it makes my nose run, it makes my eye water all day, and it's just a constant like draining of tears. And so I have been really, really careful. I haven't been able to wear that many different eyeshadows because of that reason. Because it gets a bit sore after a while from wiping it so much. And it's also annoying as it ruins your makeup. So I wanted to see how this one did, and I did not have any eye watering yesterday for the whole day. And it's been cold here. I mean, it hasn't been freezing. Like yesterday was decent. It was in the 40s, but it's still colder. Today, again, I wore it. I was rushing around this morning. And again, I have had no eye watering, no nose running, nothing. So I'm happy to say that this formula, whatever it is, does not make my eyes water. Woohoo! So I now have another palette that I can actually use for my watery eyes. So that's really nice. So love this. I think it's really beautiful. If you like those kind of tones, you would really like this palette. And it's nice because they are kind of just like it's a nice neutral palette. Like I feel like you really can get a lot of different looks out of this, whether you want to create like a really dark smoky eye or kind of like a one that I have right now. I'm going to show you the glitter toppers in a minute. It's just a really nice palette, so I'm really happy with that. Now, next on my eyes are these. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful. And again, you'll see me applying this. These are the Cosmic Collection Shimmy Shadows, and they are so amazing, guys. I don't even know like how to describe the texture of these because they're almost like a thick, sparkly, but creamy like pigment. I don't know. They're really, really cool. So this is the color that I am wearing today. It is called Moonbeam, and they're just like these cute little kind of pots. Ah! Oh my God. Pots like this. It just says ish on the front. What I like about it is that you can see the color through the top because it is clear. They're like magic. They're so amazing. So this is the actual, like what the product looks like in the packaging. So you can see it's almost like a loose, chunky cream, but powder. They're $22. And it says, give your eyes the perfect pop of shine with Ish Shimmy Shadow. Apply to your eyelids with an eyeshadow brush or with your fingertips for a fun, dramatic effect. Oh, it doesn't kind of describe what they are. Well, anyway, they're really cool. They feel like a cream pressed pigment, but then they're dry as well. I don't know, they're really interesting. So this one is Moonbeam. I have this on my actual eyelid today. And when you barely need to like touch it at all. Like that was just one tiny little swipe, and my camera does not want to focus on me for some reason. There we go. And like, guys, just watch this. It is like, oh my gosh, did you see that? So intense, but it's like so sparkly and so shiny. It catches the light. They're like thick, but then they melt into your skin. I don't know what they are. They're just the coolest things ever. So this one is kind of like a purpley, kind of gray, but then it has like little gold and purple shimmers. I don't know. Moonbeam is amazing. That's what's on my lids right now. Highly recommend these things, guys. They are so cool. And the actual packaging that they did, they have this like little lid that presses the pigment back down, and I'm assuming that kind of helps it to like stay dry, or you know, stay moist inside, because it is kind of a moist texture. But then it has this little flippy thing right here where you can easily pull it out, so it's really great if you have nails. So I think it was very thoughtful as far as the packaging goes. Next we have the color Party in Pink, and this one is a really beautiful rose gold, I would say. But again, like the product, you can see it's so chunky and thick, and like when you press it, it does feel like creamy, but it's not a cream product. I don't know, it's so hard to describe, but it is so, like, all you need to do is just watch me swipe. Look at that. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh, they are so cool. They are so beautiful. So that was like a really pretty rose gold, and these are so sparkly, guys. They really catch the light so beautifully, and I thought for sure I was gonna have problems with this. They must be having a party behind my house because there's a lot of cars going up there. I thought for sure that this was going to make my eyes water because it is quite chunky, it's glittery, but it's not sharp. You know how sometimes those chunky glitters that are like really intense can be a little rough on the eyes? It doesn't, it like melts, it's creamy. I don't know, it's really weird. It's hard to describe, but that did not make my eyes water either. And now there is a Lexus behind me that is, the window is reflecting the sun on the snow into my eyeball. Joy. So next is Get Low. This one looks like it's kind of like a nice yellowy kind of Wow, it's really cool. This is intense. So this is like a straight up like yellow gold. Again, do you see that? One swipe. And I've applied these with my fingers. I've also applied them with a brush to my eye. I mean, obviously you're gonna get the most pigmentation with your finger because it really melts it into the eyelid. But to kind of like touch up the little inner corner and stuff, I used a brush and that one, it applied really nicely as well. I just used like a flat brush. Next we have the color Champagne Campaign. This is what I have in my inner corner to kind of brighten up and just give me a little, I'm literally blinded by this Lexus. Don't they know I'm trying to film here? This one is like, it reminds me of a wedding, like a wedding dress, like the lace. I don't know what it is about it, but it's so, oh, it's just so intense and beautiful. Okay, are you guys ready for this? Look at this. It almost feels like crushed pearls, like seashells or something. I don't know what it is. It's just so amazing. And like, it's so annoying because cameras don't even like give it, it doesn't give it justice, like how beautiful they really are, because they're so intense. I'm gonna get up close when I'm all done swatching and hopefully you guys can see like how amazing these are, because they truly are such a beautiful product. So like interesting. The texture is just really cool. And then last we have About Last Night, and this is not all of the colors. These are just the colors that I chose because I know those are the colors that I will wear the most, but they did have some more colorful ones. So if you do like a bit more color than me, then you could definitely check them out. I think they had some purple and some kind of greenish ones. So this one is called About Last Night. So this one looks like it's more of a bronze. So I obviously just went with the colors that I know, oh God, that I will wear. Look at that, straight up copper. Yeah, that's just straight up copper. If I can recommend anything that you try from this brand, I would highly recommend you try these because, I mean, they are a little bit, I wouldn't say they're harder to work with because they do, the packaging is quite good how they have that pressed pigment down. I mean, you know, sometimes these type of products can be a little messier than what you're used to. I was surprised though, I didn't really get any fallout, which I thought for sure I would, but I think it's because I just pressed my finger and like really melted it into the eyelid. But if you're gonna try anything, try these because they're really cool. I mean, obviously if you like sparkles and shimmers, then I think you would love them. They're just really, really cool and really pretty and just so metallic. They remind me of the Makeup Geek foiled shadows, but like on steroids. They're like super intense, just super duper. I mean, you just do one swipe and your eye is just like, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and get it close so you guys can see these swatches a little bit better. Can you guys see those? So see, they are chunky, but once you like press it in, those just melt into the skin. But I really just want you to see like how beautiful the pigmentation of these are, how amazingly shiny and just like they catch the light so well. It's like a fish, it's like fish scales. They really are amazing. They're so beautiful. So this is the one I have on my eyelid right now, the Moonbeam. And it's funny because it looks really purple on my arm, but it's actually kind of more gray on my lid. I suppose it just depends on what you put over it or put under it, you know? But those are those. And then here's the other palettes swatches. So you can see there's a good mixture of mattes right here. And then you have kind of like the more, that one's metallic, that one's kind of more of a satin. And this one is kind of, I suppose it looks a little bit more metallic. It is, I think it's a matte base with like those gold shimmers in it. So either way, still so beautiful. I mean, look at those. The pigmentation is so good. So those are the eye products. Next, we're gonna go ahead and play with the face palettes. So I picked two because I didn't know what color I was gonna be. And so I got the medium dark and then I also got the light medium. These are contour kits. And again, on the back it says I'm smoking hot. It's just a nice sleek palette. Again, it has a good sized mirror in it, so I like the fact that not only is it small and compact and like very convenient to take with you, but you do have a good sized mirror. So I like that. And then you do also have good sized products in there. So you have 4 shades. You have a highlight shade, a blush, and then 2 different contour colors. So this is the one I've been using for my contour and blush, and then I've been using the highlight shade in this one. So I would say if you are kind of like a self-tanner, kind of this skin tone, I would go with a medium dark for the contouring and the blush, simply because I feel like this one is quite light compared. and they are a little bit cooler toned. This pink is a little bubblegummy for me, but the highlight is beautiful in this light one. So it's kind of hard because I feel like I prefer the highlight in the light one. I wish that one was in this palette and then I would only have to use one, but that's okay. I mean, it's still, you still are getting a different color blush. The contour shades for me just aren't necessarily the color that I need for my skin tone, but I think if you're lighter then they would work. I just put my fingernail into that blush, darn it. This is the one I have been using as my contour shade, and it is so beautiful. I love it. It blends out so well. It's a really nice tone. It blends, it's not streaky, it isn't shimmery at all. It's just a really nice contour. I really like it a lot. It does have shimmers in it when you look at it, but on the skin, I don't see any shimmers whatsoever. Like, I don't even see anything. So I don't know, it looks shimmery, but it's not at all. The blush is absolutely beautiful. It's such a perfect peachy coral color. It warms up the face so beautifully. These lasted all day yesterday. Same with those shadows. I did not get any creasing. It just looked beautiful all day long. I didn't get any flecks of fallout of the sparkles. They stayed true to color, really nicely pigmented all day long. So I haven't even played with the highlighter. It's kind of like a rosy gold. I was just worried it was going to be too dark for me, but I probably should have used it. Oh gosh, this blush is just so beautiful. So there's the blush. So you can see it's just such a pretty coral color. The color that I've been using for my contour actually says bronzer because it has that kind of sheen to it, but I've been using it as my contour. And then the darkest shade is what it says for contour, and that is very nice and deep. But you can see, like, they just have a really nice warm tone to them. They really are very flattering on my skin tone. I have not tried the highlight. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and stick the highlight on and we'll just see, because now I feel like bad Dobby for not trying it first. Sometimes I look at things and I'm like, no, I don't even want to try it. I'm terrible. I get stuck in my ways so bad. This is the dark one. Let's just, oh gosh, that was really pigmented. I got a lot of product. Oh, wow, that's really pretty. That's actually more beaming than the light palette. And it's not that dark. I thought it was going to be way darker. So that totally works for my skin tone, and it has like a really pretty kind of like, it's almost like a rose gold. That's really beautiful. Okay, yay. So I could actually just use this one. I didn't actually need to get the lighter color. So that's good to know. I mean, it's not going to be a really light highlight because it's obviously a little bit more rosy, but it definitely is very beaming. It catches the light really beautifully. It is a very pretty color. I would say if you are anything like my color or darker, definitely get this one. I think it is so beautiful. I think the shades are just really pretty. I think they are just really warm and flattering. The blush is gorgeous. They blend so well. Really happy with this as well. There's the swatches right there, up close and personal. So you can see how like light reflective that highlight is. But that blush is like the best color ever. So this is the light, I think it's light medium. To me, the colors of the contours are just a little bit ashy. I don't know, they're just not my favorite shades, but let's just go ahead and swatch and see. This is the highlight I've been wearing, and I do like it. It's actually very similar to the one in the medium dark palette. It's still got that really kind of pinky, rosy tone to it. Yeah, so that's what I have been wearing. So I've been really happy with the actual highlight in that one because I think it is pretty, it's nice. It's like a pink rose champagne. It's really beautiful. Then we have the blush, which is just like a cotton candy, like bubblegum Barbie pink. Personally, I find these colors a little bit difficult to wear on my skin tone. Sometimes they can just look a little bit too cool on me. Then we have the bronzer color. So it's definitely lighter. That one does have a lot more sheen than the one in the medium dark contour kit. And then we have the darkest contour color here. Now this is the one that for me is just a little ashy for my skin tone. So I think if you're obviously lighter, then it would be better for you because the medium dark one would be way too dark. There's the colors there. So you can see they're quite a bit lighter than the medium dark. That one is just too ashy for me. But that's just for my skin tone. Like, it pulls cool colors it pulls ash, especially with contours, but do you see how beautiful that highlight is? It's so pretty. And then again, I mean, they're all pretty, but just, I don't really care for these three colors for my skin tone. Doesn't mean it's not gonna work for you if you are lighter or if you prefer those cooler tones. It just depends on your skin tone and what you like. But that highlight is beautiful. Those are the swatches, so you can see the difference. These ones are definitely warm, quite a bit deeper. Those ones are definitely cooler toned. The highlight, now that I look, like this one's a lot more pink and that one is a lot more rose, kind of rose goldy versus like the pinky one. So both of the highlights are really beautiful. You do get quite a bit of product in there. So, and I could probably play with that blush. It might be really pretty on top of the darker kind of coral one. I think it might be pretty layered. Okay, so I also got a brush, this blush brush. This is just the Ish Bronze. I used it as a blush brush. It was very nice. It's soft. It has a nice kind of like movement, not like super duper like loose. It's still kind of got a nice like dense, like you could use this as a bronzer or contour. I prefer it as a blush brush. And then I also picked out this little lip brush because, and this lip brush is great, guys. I really do like this. The shape of it is really nice. It's precise, but it's not too like pokey. It's still got a nice flexibility to it. There goes that sun on that Lexus again. And then this I actually got in my FabFitFun box. This is the one that they partnered up with Alexandria Garza. She was featured in the FabFitFun. So if you already saw that video, then you guys saw me talking about this. So I already had this, but I figured I would just go ahead and share the swatches with you guys. I have been playing with this. It's a really beautiful palette. The colors, the nudes are so, so pretty. This is the Ish Lip Statement palette. So that is what the packaging looks like. Again, it has a really great sized mirror. I mean, that's pretty darn big. It also came with a little lip brush, this one right here. And I think this lip brush would be fine if you didn't want to get like another lip brush. I just prefer this one because it closes up. So then you can like keep it with you. And I don't know, I prefer like a bigger brush to use. But those are all of the shades and they are so pretty, guys. They're so creamy, they're really pigmented. The top row is all nudes. The middle is kind of pinks, and then the bottom is more kind of like reddy, warmy, orangey shades. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do some swatches for you guys. So this top one is actually a gloss. So what I've been doing is mixing, I've been putting that one on first and then putting this one on the top. And it is just like a gloss to kind of give you a little bit of sheen to your lips. So there's not really a whole lot of color. It's just basically like a clear gloss. They're also not sticky. They're a really nice creamy formula. They're very opaque. They're very pigmented. I mean, other than the gloss. Next is this color. This is the one that I'm currently wearing right now. And this is the one that I am like in love with. Oh, it's just such a beautiful color. It's like the perfect pinky nude. Look at that. It is, look how pigmented they are. They're so beautiful. Next we have this one. It's more of like a peachy tone. Kind of like a peachy pink. It's got a little bit more color than the first one to it, so you can see right there. It's definitely a lot more pink, or a lot more peach, kind of almost like a peachy coral. And then we have this last one, which is more of like a nude, kind of like a mauvey nude. But they're all really, really creamy, so much color payoff. They're just so beautiful. Like the nudes in this palette are bomb, so good. Next is this pinky color right here. Wow, that one's pigmented. So that one's kind of like a cool tone pink. And then we have a slightly warmer pink. It's kind of like a nice like berry, like rose shade. This one is like a really cool toned, almost like lavender pink right there. So you guys can see that. See, it's definitely like, kind of reminds me of like that Nicki Minaj color. Then we have this one. This one is like a total, I'm like gonna switch it up because that was, my wrist was going all weird. That's like a total berry, like a raspberry. You can see like one swipe, it's like, whoa, look at that color. Wow, see what I mean? They're so amazing, they're so rich. That one is like a really pretty, true kind of coral to me. Yeah, it's like a true, like corally red. Then we have this one, I think this one is slightly more orange. Yeah, so that one is like a nice kind of deep orange shade. And then we have this one, which is like almost like a magenta. Yeah, that's like fuchsia or magenta. And last but not least, I think we have like a true, yeah, that's like a true red. So you can see, guys, there's a lot of different colors in here. The nudes are absolutely amazing. I love that they feature that gloss to kind of give you a little bit of a sheen. These ones are really pretty, these kind of pinky tones, and then the red and oranges are gorgeous. But every single color is super beautiful. It's just a matter of what colors you like to wear. I'm gonna go ahead and just apply a little bit more of that nude shade just so you guys can see it like fresh, because I applied it quite early this morning. But you can see like you hardly need any, and it just glides on. It's so creamy, it's so pigmented, really opaque. And then I'll put a little bit of that gloss over the top, and it just adds a little bit of a sheen. It's nothing major. And isn't that pretty? It's like the best pinky peachy nude I just love it. So perfect. It's like my color exactly. That color right there. Yes, it's almost like playing Koi for MAC. It's so similar. That nude is beautiful because it has that kind of brownie mauve, but nude still. They're just so pretty, guys. You cannot go wrong. This is an amazing brand. Really impressed with it. I think you're going to be hearing a lot more about it as the months go on, when people start using it and trying it out and seeing how good it is, because it really is awesome. Like, I'm really, really impressed with the quality of these products, and I think the price point reflects the quality. If you do see anything here that I tried out that you're like, oh my goodness, I must have, don't forget to use that coupon code. It is SAM20. It'll save you 20% off of anything that you've seen here or that you see on the website. And there are a lot more other products on the website. These are just the items that I personally chose because I knew that I would want to use them. Huge thanks to Ish for sponsoring this video and for giving that coupon code for my followers. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found it helpful. Out of the products that I have showed you, what would be something that you would be interested in? Leave a comment down below, let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you found this helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. Click that little notification bell, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.